Hello everyone, welcome to Jona's Bargain Basement, where the standards are as low as the ceiling. This is going to be my part of the site where I review the cheap and potentially cheerful games that might make up your game collection. Today I'm going to be reviewing the collection of consonants that is TSCHAK. No, I've no idea how to pronounce it, but let's see how it goes. So, TSCHAK is a 2 to 4 player board game produced by GameWorks that takes around half an hour to an hour to play. Let's see what's in the box. Ta-da! So, quite a lot of stuff from a little box. As you can see, it's a good looking game, a lot of effort been spent on the artwork, and a lot of components, a lot of cards, a lot of stuff to get your teeth into. Let's look at the game mechanics. So the game itself takes place in a series of towers, which will be split into levels, each one containing a monster and a treasure. And in essence, you'll play the game competing to gain the treasure and avoid the monster. And so in its simplest terms, the treasures are worth positive points and the monsters negative points, with each indicated by the number of gems or skulls in the top corner. There are some extra factors to take account of. For example, there are a series of rings of power, with those multiplying together at the end of the game. So 3 rings will be worth 9 points, 4 rings 16 points, and so on. And there are also several monsters with these troglodytes which are worth the same but in negative. So 3 troglodytes would be worth minus 9 points at the end of the game. The next stage is how do you win or lose each of these levels, and that's where your team of heroes comes in. So, your team of heroes is going to be made up of dwarves, fighters, wizards, and even some artefacts. And the rules for putting together a team on each level is that it can't contain any 2 of the same colour. So here's a nice powerful example that I've put together. It's going to be kicking some arse in the dungeon. I've got a total value of 15 with that, and that's going to win me most fights that you care to mention. Rules for dealing these out are that these will get shuffled up at the start of the game and dealt out evenly to each player, so each player has an equal number of each type. Although one player may get all the high numbers and another might get all the low numbers, and you might consider that unfair, one of the major rules in the game is that these aren't re-dealt at any stage of the game. Once a round's finished and once you've completed all 3 levels of the dungeon, you just pick your cards up that you've used for that round and pass them along the line. So in a 4-player game, each player gets the person to their right's cards, and so they pass on that way. And so a large part of the tactics of the game are learning of what cards are in play, who has what numbers, and how to play accordingly. Now there are some tactical complexities that prevent this just becoming a game of add up the highest number. For example, the artefacts, which I touched on before, can be played in the place of one of your heroes in the team, and they double the value of your lowest value hero. In addition, there's some chameleon wizards who have a value of question mark. These ones copy the value of any opponent's highest value wizard, so may have a value anywhere between 2 and 5 depending on what anyone else has played this round. And the way people play cards and the order in which they're played can become very important. In the first level of the dungeon, each player reveals a card in turn, so everyone around the table will reveal the first character in their party, and then they'll select another card and select the second character, and so on. In the second level it becomes 1 card and then 2 cards, and in the third level it's all 3 cards in one go. And so it's very much a game of knowing what your opponents are going to play and anticipating this. For example, if I were to play a chameleon card straight out, none of my opponents are going to be likely to play a high value wizard this turn and give me the points for free. So that's the basics of how the game works, but is it any good? Yes! Oh, you think I should elaborate? Yeah. Okay. I really like this game. It's got a good tactical depth you wouldn't expect from such a seemingly simple game. It's a great game of bluffing and double bluffing and trying to second guess what your opponents are doing. And the bit I really love is how much time and detail they've lavished on the components, to the extent that one of the fighters has an axe and some puppies on a string. Why not? They've even printed the back of the board. Why would you ever print the back of the board? Most people are going to play on that side. You're never going to see the back of it. Why not? That's brilliant. And in that sense, I would give this game 2 wall plugs. I have not thought through my scoring system. This is what I have in my basement. Till next time!